American from Texas, Mr. Ben Spies, who is not only our world champion, but your world champion. So it is with that, I'd like to introduce, we have flown Ben's bike in. This is the Ben's bike. It's a YZF R1 2009 model. And what was very significant about it is the bike was all new last year, with the cross-plane crankshaft, as many of you know. And not only did Ben go in his inaugural year in World Superbike and win the World Championship, but the bike was a brand new bike to start off the year. So it's quite an accomplishment. We can go ahead, Kim. So we have a very special surprise. If our audio-visual system works appropriately, we're going to get Ben Spies on the phone. He's sitting in Texas, where it's snowing in Texas today. Okay, Ben, can you hear us?
Hey, how's it going?
Okay. Ben Spies, we have about, there's probably 100 people gathered here at the International Motorcycle Show. Everybody, let's hear it for a big round of applause for the World Superbike Champion.
Thank you.
Okay, the first question is, in the paddock or the bike? What is the biggest difference you notice in the World Superbike paddock versus the MotoGP paddock?
I mean, that's a tough one. It's, you know, I became real close with a lot of people, a lot of team members and you know, riders too. And you know, the paddock in general seems a bit more, you know, a little bit more laid back. You know, everybody definitely enjoys a laugh. And the MotoGP, I wouldn't say is cutthroat, but it's, you know, there's a little bit more of a, I wouldn't say focus, but you know, it's a little bit more intense in the paddock, which not a bad thing. But the World Superbike paddock is a little bit more of a relaxed feel, and it's definitely fun. I mean, I like both paddocks, but it's you know when you're in a GP weekend, it's a little bit more focused. You know, just the whole way the paddock is. It's definitely more focused.
Okay, the next question is, has Yamaha told you of any difference between the spec on the Tech 3 bike versus the Fiat Yamaha YZR M1?
No, I don't. You know, I don't know exactly what's going on next year for 100%. Just because it's. I mean, obviously that's out of my control either way, but. You know, what I do believe is if there is any differences between next year, I think, especially with the new engine spec rule and things like that, that the gap between a factory bike and the satellite bike is going to be the smallest it's been in a very long time, if not ever. So, and they could be the same. So it's like I said, right now we don't know, but. You know, I think from what I understand is hopefully if there is a difference, not enough where I'm going to notice a difference.
Okay, the next question is, what is the biggest difference getting off a corner on a World Superbike spec bike versus the MotoGP M1?
That is a good question, because that's quite a big difference, and I would say the exit of the turn on a GP bike starts a lot sooner than it does on a super bike, because where you are able to pick up the throttle because of the grip you have and things like that, and also when a super bike, when there's so much weight distribution changing and pitching, that you really change your weight on the bike throughout the exit of the corner, between inside outside peg, on the seat, kind of standing up, things like that, to produce grip. When on a GP bike you pretty much have that grip, and you actually try to keep your weight as balanced as possible, and try not to get the bike upset, and try not to get it pitching at all. And they're just two totally different. I would say, like I said, there's a lot more movement on a super bike to find the grip. When GP, there is the grip, so you want to keep the bike, you know, calm, and also the drive of the corner, or the beginning of the exit, however you look at it, definitely starts a lot earlier than it usually does on a super bike, just where you're able to pick up the throttle to start the drive.
So Brian Catterson, we all know, his question is, can you beat those guys?
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, every time I get on a motorcycle, whatever it is, the goal is to win. I mean, that's why I do it. What's reasonable and what's doable are different things right now for me. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, what I think I can be competitive, I hope so. I mean, I'm gonna give everything I got. The top 4 guys, as everybody's calling them aliens right now, you know, they are fast. I mean, they're faster, honestly, than people give them credit for, because I have been on the track with them and I've seen it. Valencia was really, you know, my first race for sure with Yamaha, and first race where I was really comfortable. And in the beginning of the race, you know, I'm not going to lie, the first 10 laps was definitely foreign for me, but the last, you know, 12, 13 laps, I felt good. And you know, at the end of the race, I was 35 seconds behind those guys. But I think I can reduce that gap quite a bit. But to run, you know, first of all, I got to be able to run with those guys, and then beating them is an entirely different story. But it's, you know, I'm keeping my eyes open, and I'm going with an open mind, because those guys are fast. They don't get enough credit, and you know, it's a different ballgame. It's a different league, and we're just going to go in there, and I'm going to try as hard as I can, whether it be running with them, beating them, or finishing 15th. I hope it's not the third one, but I'm going to try as hard as I can. But they're fast. I'm not going to lie. Those guys know what they're doing.
All right, Ben, I want to, on behalf of both all of us at Yamaha, and there's probably 150 or 200 people here that are fans of yours, and I'm sure millions of motorcycle fans in the United States, we want to say congratulations, we want to wish you good luck, and we want to wish you happy holidays in advance. So how about a big round of applause, everybody? Ben Spies.
All righty, thank you. I just want to say I'm sorry I can't be there, and you know, thanks for everybody supporting me. You know, there's a big championship party that you know, my friends organized for me when I was out of town, so that's what I'll be having. I'll be having a drink for everybody tonight. And like I said, I'm sorry I couldn't make it, but everybody that, you know, stood behind me this year when things got rough and things were good, thank you. And I'm glad I was able to do it. And now hopefully, you know, there's a new chapter next year, and we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Thanks again very much, Ben. Talk to you soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.